Here's Wolfie! I'm just playing, but hello and greetings, fellow figure pals and gals. It's everybody's favorite figure collecting Lobo here, and we are back, yes, back for another exciting episode of Figure Friday. Yes, as you know, it's that special time of the week once again, folks, as we are joined as by myself and you, the wonderful viewers, as you know. Angel Death, hey, what's going on, man? Welcome. But it is that special time of the week where we spend some quality time together and basically nerd out about all things figure, Funko, merchandise, memorabilia related of all kinds, shapes, colors, and sizes. Best believe anything of that sort is going to find right here on this channel right here. Not only are we coming at you live from my TikTok, but we are also coming at you live from my YouTube channel. You guys feel free to drop a subscribe if you want, like, comment, does not matter. Anything is welcome. Everything is welcome as well. Oh, look at that. My nose is itching. Oh my goodness. Well, I don't know if you remember me, but I had you on my other account. My name is Cicely Lawrence. The name does ring a bell, dude. I'm not gonna lie. The name does ring a bell. I'm sure it will definitely come to me. I'm sure it will. But before we get started, folks, if you haven't already, please do me a favor and go grab yourself, something to drink, something to eat, a snack if you want to, because I want you guys to feel as at ease as possible. Because this is a green zone, and hey, there's no judgments here. Everybody is welcome. Power Ranger. Yes, that is true. That is a Power Rangers wall right behind me, as you can see, low key. I was friends with you on Insta. Really? See, now I'm really intrigued. But like I said, it'll probably come to me. I'm pretty sure it will come to me because trust and believe. I will definitely find it. My goodness gracious. Oh goodness. Now then. Oh man. I do hope that you guys are well. I hope that you guys are having a fantastic Friday. I hope you guys are keeping safe. I hope you guys are just having a monumentally good time this evening. If you guys are spending it with family, staying indoors, I want you guys to know I hope you guys are safe because again, you are the lifeblood of this channel, and everybody is always appreciated here. Well, I'm downloading it again. I did a restart on my phone. Oh, was any particular reason for the restart, or did you just did you have to, or did you get like a new phone, or I mean, I'm just curious. I'm just really curious. But also, don't be afraid to share this live if you're watching me on TikTok. Because tonight we have a very good show, and I hope that you guys are ready. So since we have hit that marker, we're going to go ahead and get started. I want to say hello and welcome back for those who are just joining us on this fine Friday evening. Want a Galaxy? Dude, I would say yes, but that's actually what I have right now. It's the Galaxy S21. Digging the theme of the room, like the old scary movies. I'm actually happy that you noticed that, Gengar. Gunslinger, how you doing? Because if you guys have been watching this as a highlight, welcome as well. And I just want to say, since the time of ghosts, ghouls, goblins, all of that is literally just a few days away, getting ever closer. This review is actually, this review and the next one is actually going to be quite spooky themed, very scary. But I meant coins, aka TikTok money. Dude, I mean, you are more than welcome to donate money if you want to. I do not hold anybody accountable for it. You can do it if you feel like it, but you honestly do not have to. Honestly, everything's appreciated, even just the views itself. Hey, I'm so ready for Halloween, dude. Honestly, I'm ready too. I've had my decorations set up ever since like the first day of October. But that's commitment to me because I love Halloween. It's one of my favorite holidays, one of the best holidays ever created. I'm so thankful for it. But again, tonight's episode will be spooky as we introduce two new Funkos joining the family. Both of them from the world of screams, blood, guts, and masked killers. I need an idea for a costume. Dude, honestly, if you're picking out a costume, I feel like you should get one that, sort of like in like it speaks to you, that you feel would most coexist with you, and of course that world that we're talking about is the horror world. So why don't we just go ahead and get started. I invite you guys again, sit back, relax, keep your feet up, take a deep breath, because as you know, it's just you, me, and the merchandise of tonight. I love this shirt. Oh, thank you. As you can see, it's my boy Freddy Krueger, A Nightmare on Elm Street, monumentally great series, freaking awesome series. So, all right. Then. So first up, we're gonna be actually stepping into the world of the crazy or the kooky side of horror, to introduce our first guest of the evening, um, who once said in this film, little pigs, let me in." And then I know what you're thinking. However, this particular individual, he does not sport a bat with barbed wire on it. So please, this is not anything indicating of that. Because this particular individual, he huffed, he puffed, and he blew his way into one of the most iconic lines in cinema history. Ladies and gents, here's Johnny. Yes, that's right, folks. Mr. Jack Torrance, aka the Axeman of the Shining movie, has chopped his way into tonight's episode. And my God, would you look at this box? Just look at the box that it came in, because as you can see, right here, it's got the words "Red Rum" on it, and of course, but there was a reason for that. So why don't we just talk a little bit historically here, folks? Just get him out of there. You guys can see. Wow, I'm loving it already. Look at this guy. As you can see, he's sporting the patented red-looking sweater. I said sweater. It's sweater. And of course, the axe, of course, coated with a bit of blood on it. But there's a reason for that. Now, Jackie Boy here, he's actually the husband of Wendy Torrance and father of Danny Torrance. He was also an author and a former teacher who accepted a position as the winter caretaker of the Overlook Hotel in Colorado. And he actually had an opportunity to write a play. And the hotel itself was actually built on the site of an Indian burial ground. And it became just completely snowbound during the extra long winters, Now, unfortunately, the family actually arrived at the hotel during which a massive snowstorm actually hit them. And they became trapped. The roads were bad. There was no way out, so they had to stay there for a pretty good while. And sometime later on down the line, I believe like a month, however, after it passed, Jack's writing project actually ended up going nowhere. And meanwhile, Danny and Wendy, they were actually enjoying themselves, based on all the space they had. And they were having fun in the hotel. And they actually went into a hedge maze that was outside of the hotel itself. And but meanwhile, however, Jack actually discovered a model of this maze, so kind of like a blueprint, if you will, and showing Wendy and Danny inside it. And of course, in one of the hotel lounges, which is when he found basically the model. So Wendy actually is sort of concerned based on how much time they had spent there, and since she was concerned about the phone lines, since they were actually out due to heavy snowfall. And Danny has more like he has visions, if you will, or sort of frightening, feelings and everything. So as the time passes, Jack actually starts acting very strange, frustrated, prone to violent outbursts, if you will. And Jack wanders into the hotel's gold room, where he actually met the ghostly bartender named Lloyd, where he actually spoke to him for a pretty good while, and he actually complained to the bartender about his relationship with Wendy. And Wendy and Jack ended up arguing about whether Danny should be removed from the hotel, and thus Jack returned to the gold room, now filled with ghosts having a costume party. And he felt like just over the time he was slowly losing his mind, but he actually met a lot of the ghosts and one of the ghosts in particular was the previous caretaker named Grady, who told Jack that he had to correct his wife and child. Now, later on down the line, Jack actually sabotaged the hotel's two-way radio, And over the time that they had spent there, Danny actually ended up writing the word red rum on his hotel room door and in lipstick. And of course, actually, if you look at it backwards in a mirror, it spells murder. And of course, at that exact same moment, Jack, just out of his mind, and for some reason out for blood, he actually picked up a fire axe and he actually chased Wendy and Danny into their hotel room, where he began to chop through the door leading to his family's living quarters. And in a frantic maneuver, actually, Wendy sent Danny out through the bathroom window, but it's unable to fit through the window herself. Thus, she was trapped. And during that time, that was when Jack snuck up on the door. He knocked on it and said, little pigs, let me in." And then, "Not by the hair on your chinny chin chin." And then he huffed and he puffed and he started chopping down the bathroom door with the axe. And of course, he leered through the hole just enough to fit his face through. And that's when he yelled out the iconic "Here's Johnny" line. But afterwards, he retreats when Wendy actually slashed his hand with a knife, a butcher knife. Hearing the engine of a snowcat that Halloran had borrowed to get up to the mountain, Jack left the room and he actually began to wander about the hotel. And there's a little bit further on, he actually ambushed and killed Halloran with an axe in the lobby. Jack then pursued Danny into the hedge maze by following his footprints, if you will, and of course his screams. But I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, all of a sudden, a friend comes into the hotel and he gets an axe to the chest. I mean, who's not gonna scream, really? But he is actually misled, however, when Danny manages to walk backwards in his own tracks, and it sort of confuses him, and he leaps behind a corner, covering his tracks with snow. And luckily, thanks to his quick thinking, Wendy and Danny actually escape in the Halloran Snowcat, while Jack is stuck in the maze. Slowly but surely, he freezes to death and eventually passes on. A fitting end for a psycho with an axe, but that's best served for another time. Added you on Instagram. Okay, cool, no problem. Appreciate you. I'll add you back just as soon as I get the chance. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and include some very interesting fun facts here, folks. Did you guys know that Danny Lloyd, the son, actually had no clue that the filming of the movie was actually a horror movie, while as he was actually shooting it the whole time? See, because he thought it was actually a drama, See you. I've got to. Okay, Angel, thank you so much for stopping by. Have a good night. And oh yeah, the director, if you will, Kubrick, actually ended up getting lost in that very same maze while they were filming the chase scene. I thought that was pretty funny, honestly. Oh, and probably the most coolest fact, the infamous "Here's Johnny" line. Jack Nicholson was the one who played Jack Torrance, actually improvised that line the whole time. Now, there was some controversy surrounding it, but I do believe that due to the fact that, he just sort of improvised it is one of the main reasons that it made that film just so much better, so much more sadistic and spooky. I thought it was a great film. I could watch The Shining and never get bored of it, But of course, that's just me because I'm a horror movie guy. So, Okay, Jack, I need you to chill right there, okay? Hey, don't look at me like that, okay? I please. I know where you live and I know where you sleep. I mean, I don't really know where he lives. He's a different person, but either way. Okay, so are you guys good? I want to make sure that you're good before we continue. Good? Okay. So, moving on. Next up, we're actually going to be trying our luck, if you will, against one of the greediest, most sadistic demons in this horror game. Now, they say that if you catch one of them, you do get 3 wishes from this particular creature. However, if you see this one in particular, I'd advise you to turn the other way and run for your life. So, ladies and gents, I give you the leprechaun. Yes, it's the leprechaun. The guardian of his gold has graced us with his presence on this fine Friday evening. And looking very spiffy. Who is he? You ask. Oh, well, let me sit you down so you can tell a tale. Come on out of there, my friend. Come on out, my green friend. Let me give you a look at him. Look at him there. Sporting a splendid. This is green. I know that. I know it is. I know it looks like. But this is actual green. Isn't it wonderful? And as you can see, he's got the bit of his gold right there. Green trench coat, green socks, black shoes, gold buckle. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. If you catch him, you do get 3 wishes. However, there are consequences with this one. Now, the leprechaun here actually comes from a race of forest spirits that were in league with the king in the Dark Ages. They were actually summoned from the earth to protect the king's gold and treasures of the Dark Ages from the clutches of greedy men, if you will, who would actually try to steal it. Now, their ferocity also was known throughout the entire land of the kingdom. And when the king's reign ended, all but one of the leprechauns went back to the earth, which, of course, as you can see, is this guy. This leprechaun, however, is extremely sadistic. He's aggressive, bloodthirsty. He's demonic, insane, and even then, in some instances, very, very dangerous. He actually appears to crave mischief, death, destruction, chaos, and gold. His sadism is actually displayed by him usually making gruesome poetry while killing his victim. Usually, sometimes with magic, 9 times out of 10, because that's something that leprechauns specialize in is dark magic, especially this one. He's actually also shown to be rather perverted and provocative, as he sometimes uses mind control, if you will, to manipulate women for sexual purposes, you know. And he actually took great delight at watching one of his most recent kills in the second film, if you will, is when it takes place in Las Vegas, when his particular victim, however, she made a wish on the coin to be beautiful. However, he twisted it, and of course, he started, filling her body, full of air, if you will. And of course, during that time, it swelled and swelled until the very person just exploded, And the leprechaun's main motivation is his gold, but it's also his weakness. The leprechaun is also shown to be murderously greedy and materialistic, as shown when he holds his gold above everything else and is ultimately what sparks his, murderous rampages that have taken lives of so many. And the leprechaun's own greed doesn't hinder him from, complaining about the greed he finds in the human beings that, desire to keep the gold for themselves when, of course, they do find it. So, again, if you should come upon a leprechaun's gold, I'd advise you to not be greedy and turn the other way and, of course, be speedy. See what I did there? Okay. So I did find out some pretty interesting facts about this, not only the leprechaun, but also the film. Did you guys know, however, that the first Leprechaun film, it was actually Jennifer Aniston's film feature debut. That was the first time she stepped onto the big screen. And pretty interesting facts about leprechauns themselves is that sometimes they appear and disappear using what's known as blue light to illuminate their skeletal system, So it appears like all they do is they wave their hands and boom, they're gone. And probably the coolest and most kookiest and funniest fact about this film is that the director himself was actually inspired by the Lucky Charms commercial. I kid you not. One day he saw the Lucky Charms commercial and it was confirmed that he thought to himself, I wonder what would happen if a leprechaun or that very same leprechaun decided to become, a horror icon or a devilish little creature. And of course, sure enough, he brought it to life. He brought the big green to the big screen. And I'm happy that he did because, again, this is one of my favorite series. The Leprechaun series is very good. I highly recommend watching it because it is awesome. Phew! Well, that was a lot to talk about. But with that being said, folks, I am going to go ahead and end the streams right here. But very big announcement, folks. Before we go, I will be shooting over to Twitch in a little while to do a stream for the newly released Gotham Knights game. But I'm actually going to be doing it in cosplay because I'm actually going to be cosplaying due to the fact that it's a Batman game, but I will be cosplaying as Nightwing. I do invite you guys to hurry on over to check that once I go live. Feel free to drop a follow on my Twitch. The link is in this bio on my TikTok. And also, feel free to hit the subscribe button if you do drop by. And feel free to sample either one of these fine videos when they do appear. So, until next time, guys, stay safe, stay awesome. I look forward to seeing you guys next week for another spooky episode, probably the spookiest episode of all. And yeah, be safe, stay awesome, stay weird, stay yourselves, and of course, be Zen as always, folks. Peace.